there is no appreciation for women intellectuals. It's all about the body, not about the brain.
You all saw the famous photo from the weekend of Hillary looking so haggard and looking like 92 years old.
Breast implants. Did you have them or not? Because that's all over the internet about you in mainstream media.
I think if you waterboarded Nancy Pelosi, she wouldn't admit to plastic surgery.
The fact that media are so limiting and so derogatory to the most powerful women in the country, then what does it say about media's ability to take any woman in America seriously?
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
The media treats women like and it's horrible, and it's like, I don't know how we survive it. I don't know how we rise above it.
Media creates consciousness, and if what gets put out there that creates our consciousness is determined by men, we're not going to make any progress.
An aspect of media literacy education that I think many people aren't aware of is the whole political economy of the media. Most media get their revenues from advertising.
This is all about capitalism. The exploitation of women's bodies, cells, products, magazines, etc.
This notion that these media companies are just giving us what the public wants. No, they're giving us what the media companies want, they're giving us what the advertisers want, and they're packaging it in such a way as to make it sound like it's our fault, and it's not.
A lot of advertising is based on making people feel anxious and feeling insecure. The effect is primarily subconscious. It is very harmful, but for the most part, we're not really aware of that.
As a culture, women are brought up to just be fundamentally insecure.
I remember 5th grade, I was worrying about my weight, and now I'm in 9th grade, I'm still worrying about my weight.
I have like close friends that like in between like break periods, they will go to the bathroom and put on like 10 pounds of makeup, you know, and you're at school to learn.
In a world of a million channels, people try to do more shocking and shocking things to break through the clutter. They resort to violent images, or sexually offensive images, or demeaning images.
It creates a climate in which there's widespread and increasing violence against women.
When is it gonna be enough?
We're socializing boys to believe that being a man means being powerful and in control. Ooh la la. Being smarter than women or better than women, or our needs get met first in relationships with women, that's not genetically predestined, that's learned behavior.
I definitely am not one to conform to the we need to be hypermasculine and we need to be misogynistic stereotypes. And it really puts a lot of pressure on me when I have relatives who have grown up with this phenomenon who attempt to put me on that path, but I'm not ready for it.
Little boys and little girls, when they're 7 years old, an equal number want to be president of the United States when they grow up. But then you ask the same question when they're 15, and you see this massive gap emerging.
We're shortchanging voices that are urgently needed in public forums from ever getting to the table.
If people knew that Cuba, China, Iraq, and Afghanistan have more women in government than the United States of America, that would get some people upset.
No wonder we are in such trouble in this country. We've been choosing our national leadership from 6% of the country.
As the most powerful country in the world, if you're not standing for the right values and for the right principles, that's a loss for the world.